Yo, what's good? It's Skano. So this is it's going a step farther than a diss song. I mean, this is more like character assassination. I mean, he's breaking this nigga down, man, to the molecule, to the chromosome. Pretty much saying, the nigga bought acceptance, you know, like, and you don't realize the niggas that's around you. Remember I said in the last vid, okay, if y'all niggas felt like he was that way, you know, this entire time, and it's been close to a decade, the niggas been feeling away. Then, why y'all sat on that and broke bread with dude? So, Kendrick answered that in this double tap. Pretty much saying Drake bought his friends. He's buying acceptance, bought his way into the industry, you know, and he don't realize the niggas that's around him don't fuck with him like that for real. Of course, I already broke that shit down, not to pat myself on the back, but I already saw it as that way. You think Drake don't see it as that way? Y'all niggas really think Drake don't see that shit though? So he playing the game too. It just so happened he the top dog. So, I mean, he got the luxury of sitting back and being like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is chasing. So, well, not everybody else. Future, Kendrick, they in their own lane to me. They ain't got to compete with Drake. But, so this how you really feel. I mean, I'm going to be honest. He deconstructing this nigga character, and we got to take it with a grain of salt because we don't know that this shit is genuine. How much is Kendrick even around Drake to know him this way? Now, niggas talk in the industry, but just like pillow talk, you know what I'm saying? When niggas be doing that yada yada woo woo, you got to take that with a grain of salt. So who's to say that he's dead on point with this assessment? But if you heard the track, and I'm at first I wasn't feeling it, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes this nigga be over philosophical, and that's cool on a regular Kendrick track, but on a diss song, but he got to it in his own way. He got his own, way of, and I have to admit, man, he taking this nigga apart, man. I think Drake need to respond ASAP too. But this is how I feel Drake can just, I won't say ether, but really get at this nigga. So on the last song, Kendrick had brought up, basically how Drake is not even, really of the culture. He pretty much perpetrating blackness, woo woo, right? And if I'm not wrong, Kendrick's wife is biracial, right? She's not black. If I understand correctly. So that means Kendrick's kids, I don't know how many kids he has, but I mean your kids ain't entirely black either, are they? Now let's be clear. In my opinion, no black Americans are 100% black. Come on, man. I mean, unless you came from a different country, first generation, like all of us got some different shit in us. It just depends on how much more. Like, yeah, most, I say free black Americans, probably, 90% or more. But you'd be surprised, man. Run that DNA test. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. My point is, okay, when Kendrick, pretty much attacked his ethnicity, I ain't trying to make it sound more, extra than what it is. This is just my way of wording it. When he attacked his ethnicity, saying a nigga not even really black, woo woo, I think Drake could use that and flip it around, man. And he could go at his, not go at his kids, but direct that, you know what I'm saying? In that vein, like, well, maybe you should have a talk with your son about his ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to face different issues. He's going to have people, his own people, calling him out and questioning his blackness. Woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Like sort of like he just, like a uncle that's talking to his nephew, spitting game type shit. And I don't know, just on some. I think he can really get at him in that way. You, they say you shouldn't talk about, bring up kids. That's off limits. Me personally, I know this is rap industry beef, but the nigga Kendrick already spoke on Adonis. He brought that so you already, you know what I'm saying? You already own that. You are it's up now. So if I'm Drake, I'm looking at it like, ain't no holding back. I'm going at your kids, I'm going at your mama, whoever. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'd be, an effective way at rebuttaling that shit. But Kendrick in his philosophical way, introspective way, really, he getting down to the, you know what I'm saying? To the ligaments and tendons of this shit. This is beyond, the surface level now. He's really digging into this nigga's, like I said, his whole character. And when you going up against somebody like Kendrick, who's a deep thinker the way he is, man, this is what you dealing with. So obviously Drake probably had one in the tuck or has one in the tuck. That shit got to be heat. I'm saying it. He can't fuck around at this point because now I wasn't ready to say that after the last, even though I actually think the first song was actually this second song to me is definitely hitting harder. It's definitely hitting harder. The first one was a little, like I said, he was just shaving ice. Now Drake got to come back and he got to come back like on some nuclear type shit or it's a rap. That ain't me being dramatic, nigga. That's what it is. But Drake ain't done yet. He ain't done yet. So he cooking up. And but that shit gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be that puree white. You can't be that yellow, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to be A1 Yoda. So whatever you whipping up, come right. 216 Skano from the gutter.